Both readings today share in the promise of God's continual love of His people and of something better than what currently is. In our first reading, we hear of the exaltation of Joshua, where the Lord tells Joshua, "Today I will exalt you in the sight of all Israel, that they may know I am with you as I was with Moses." And in our gospel reading, we hear of a story of a debt completely forgiven. Both readings point to God's presence in our lives and to the reality that God will always keep His promise. Jesus is the answer to the promise made to God's people via the Old Covenant. He does not leave us to our own devices. He sends us help. God sends us His Son, Jesus. He shows us the way. He gives us light. If we have faith and are open to receiving God's gifts, we will never fail. The soles of our feet touching the water will cease the water's flow, will halt in a solid bank. These gifts, once received, though, hopefully changes us, and in turn we actively use these gifts to help others. God saw our suffering and sent His Son so that our debts would be completely forgiven. To receive God's mercy, we must repent and show contrition, and our true conversion should stem from love and not fear. The debtor was fearful of the king, not truly converted, and he failed to see the opportunity to afford the same grace to his fellow servant who was in the same position. God continually offers us His grace, and this should be encouragement enough for us to be contrite and to forgive. Forgiveness brings us to a better place with each other here on earth. It allows us to enjoy quality relationships. It becomes a reflection of God's relationship with us. But ultimately, forgiveness brings us to that heavenly place which among those who believe is greatly desired and the ultimate goal of our happiness.